Hi, hello, and welcome back to my Citizen Sleeper Let's Play. I believe we are on cycle 2. Let me continue. Yeah, we're on cycle 1. So we ended the first episode on kind of getting through the tutorial and how the dice work, how sort of the pass fail mechanics work, and how like conditions and energy work, which I don't have our energy ever. So we're gonna get into this and just keep going. We're probably gonna do a couple of cycles an episode, depending on how long one cycle takes. So let's see. As you can tell from my off stream playthrough, you can rack up quite a few cycles in this game. So we'll see how many I end up getting through per episode. This could be a long-running Let's Play. We'll find out. Let's see. Continue. I love the loading screen. Little thing in the bottom right. Oh, we're flickering. Okay. New character. We don't have any upgrade points yet. Okay, we're waiting for Sabine. We're waiting for Sabine to acquire the stabilizer. That's right, we talked to Sabine last episode, and we have to pay off Dragos' debt. And we also ate at Emphasis Stall. I don't think we're gonna get to do anything more with that one just yet. Yeah, okay, let's focus on repaying Dragos for now. Oh wait, I don't have any more dice. Okay, we have to actually end the cycle and start the next day. I was like, wait, what? Okay, we're fading. Oh, that's right. We have this shifting skeletal rings. Okay. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then, the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Touch it. We're gonna I know you're not supposed to touch the forbidden stuff, but we're gonna touch the forbidden texture. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect to them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back, trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes, waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. So, this is sort of the intro to one of the other mechanics, but I'm gonna keep yelling about how beautiful the prose is, like the various descriptions, the similes, the metaphors, the prose structure of how it's very punchy. You have your action at the beginning and then a punch at the end of a paragraph is very, very readable. So someone could skim that text and still understand what's going on. Or you could chew on it for a little bit. I don't know, I just find it so like just good writing. 10 out of 10. We're gonna leave our container. And we are going to... shipyard, I don't think so. Rotunda, we still have to wait for Sabine. Emphasis stall is highlighted. Hold on. I can order fungus for 15 cryo. I don't think... Oh, I have 19 cryo. It's down here. Which is a cryptocurrency stored in airworld sticks of memory known as chits. Okay. Well, we do need food. So... I guess I will give you money. Take my last little bit of money. Because we need the food. Fungus fan, Imphis doesn't trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers in his own quiet way. I think he'll maybe give us a discount at that point. That would be great. We just have to survive long enough to get the stabilizer. Oh my god, I cannot pay 60 cryo yet. Okay. Nope. Go to Bright Market? Local knowledge. Ooh, okay. Ask for directions or explore the market. We could... we only have 3 dice. I'm gonna explore the market because I don't remember what local knowledge gets me. But I think it might unlock some more stuff. So we're gonna do this. It'll either be a 50% positive or 50% neutral. Let's find out. Yay! Okay, we got our local knowledge. We discovered a new drive. Build a ship mind. You've heard of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core here. Sorry. Okay, bye. Gain access to the Ort Fabricator. Ooh, Ort Exchange. Hardware. Oh, this is money. Okay. Oh. Very cool. Oh, we could, play the exchange and get some money. I think I'm gonna save that dice to help Imphis, or not Imphis, Drago. Click on Sabine because it's highlighted. Okay, I have 3 more. We have to survive 3 more cycles. Oh, we just gotta survive 3 more cycles and then it'll be all fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the Rotunda. Oh gosh, okay. I'm gonna use my 2. I don't know if this is a good idea. We're gonna try it. Oh, thank God. Okay, neutral outcome. Gambling is bad. Oh, what's this? New place? Buy rations. Oh, I don't have that. Get a drink. I don't have that either. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink, fermented along the greenway, seems like a good test. Okay. I don't have any money for this right now. So I think I'm just going to use my last remaining dice to help out Dragos. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do... the whole dissection looks like it might give us more, and it's 100% positive. I'm not sure if manual salvage gets me more, but it's safe, whereas this one's risky, and I have enough to do a risky action, so we'll do the risky one. See what happens to us. Yay! Oh, I got 15 cryo. Okay, cool. I don't have any more dice, but I can go back to that bar. Also, that did like 2 ticks of the back in business thing down at the bottom. So that actually is pretty good. I think we're looking pretty good there. Let me go back and pay for something here. I'm curious what happens if I do that. I'm gonna buy a drink. I'm curious what happens if I buy a drink. Start action. Nothing. Oh, I got energy, but I already had energy. Oh, okay, so that's a way to get some energy for only 6 cryo. Good to know. I'll leave that there for now, but it does look like I can become a regular and maybe get a discount. I have 13, and I don't have... Oh, this is all dice rolls or items. Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and start cycle 3. Go to day 3, basically. Yeah, I think that's all we can do today. I don't have any more dice rolls. I only have 13 cryo. Let's just go back to bed. In the cycle. See what happens. so nervous that I'm doing this wrong. I don't remember the beginning. Ah, okay. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a nope, sorry. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, cachets of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, and then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. We're going to focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied to you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. So, we're being hunted by someone. Someone is out there tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. So now we have a whole other cycle clock. Somehow we have to avoid the person hunting us. That's great. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Yeah. We still have only 3 dice. Oh, tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While you're there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful. These networks are old and strange. Click the eye at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. So right here, this eyeball underneath the dice, you click it, there's a flash, and then everything becomes gray and strange, and the music kicks in and it's super cool. And you have these different nodes. You click on a node, you can put in, yeah, you can basically put in your dice to try and basically hack. We get to be a little hacker. So that's sort of the vibe there. Data actions allow you to extract data from the network of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. So, for example, I have a 1 dice, which is not really a great dice to have, but I can either match the input of the 1 in the key node in this white little box, or if you look kind of just to the right of that red bar, there's a 3. Sorry, I can't do dice apparently. There's a 3 dice right there. If I had a 3, I would be able to also use that to hack in as well. So there's a couple of ways you could go about this. If you don't have the 1 pair of dice, you might have a different dice. So it gives you kind of 2 options. I think there's also some perks you can take to kind of help benefit your rolls there, your choices. So yeah, it's kind of a neat concept. I don't know, I just really like how they handle dice roll hacking mechanics in this game. This game is just good, okay? I don't know if I've said that enough. Bypass. We can extract some data. It got some encrypted data. We got an encrypted key, a stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. did a thing. That's all I'm gonna do this time around. I want to keep my good dice for other things. We still have one more day for Sabine. And I only have 13 money. Let's go do Dragos first. We'll do the 6 on Dragos to be 100% positive. Ah, we're so close. Ooh, that gave me 28 cryo. Okay. Oh, I'm so torn here. I think what I'll do is I'll just use this last dice here to finish back in business before Dragos's debt is called in. All right, we are back in business, baby. We also have 43 cryo, which is delightful. So we're gonna leave. I think that's all of that. Now we can go talk to Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red, blinking lights flash across a vast, dark shape, suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happens. No. What happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into the strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. So, again, I'm just going to take a second to talk about this writing. So the imagery of this. So this is a visual novel. They obviously can't do a lot of graphics and stuff. This game is very gorgeous for what it's working with. And, you know, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Like, what a line. And the image that gives you is just so visceral and vivid that you're just like, you can very easily compare that to the ship being lowered. Like, it's just a great form of storytelling. Like, this writing is very solid and good and just like, damn. And then the other one, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station, was it just a little container? And in that likening, that comparing it to just a womb, that the small space that's dark and, you know, something you kind of crawl out of. That's not how birth works, but you know what I mean. It's just they're good visual imagery. Words are hard. I definitely know what I'm talking about, I swear, but at the moment I lose words. It's fine. What scripts are for when I want to really remember my words. Yeah, it's just really impressive. I'm gonna keep pointing out moments like that where that's just such good dialogue right there. I'm just blown away by it. So, yeah. Drago squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think you are... Sorry. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winterlight. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Alright, we have an upgrade point. Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, we can... Okay, you've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. So, I'm going to do the transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo or interface actions, because I feel like, well, actually, chance to gain random scrap items on engineer actions might also be good. Oh, these are all very good. The sunbathe dice action allows you to energy to recover at home. Predictive reasoning also displays potential positive and negative outcomes. I kind of want that one. Chance to gain energy after an engage action. These are all very good. The random scrap would be the most helpful because I can sell it at this point, I think. Maybe. Maybe I did that wrong. We'll find out. Okay. I think we can go buy a drink and see what that gets me on this Overlook regular. How much energy does that give me? Okay, it only gives me 1. Let's do 2 and see what happens when I fulfill this little cycle on Overlook regular. That fills 1 bar. Okay, we completed Repay Dragos, which is great. Study the Winter Light. Okay, this blasted ship came into the same yard as you did. Is there a connection, or are you just paranoid? Also, survive. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals. Oh no, sorry. There's also... I'm being hunted, but... Ooh. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt, the spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own joke. Playing human? I'm gonna shout back. You spin back off your stool, scrambling for words. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out, the voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. I'm gonna catch it. I don't think I have the skill for this. Or, you know what? Well, we're gonna duck. We're gonna play smart. We're gonna duck. You duck and the glass explodes on the bar behind you, showering you in glittering shards. Through the haze of glass and gear roll vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your forehead and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared, and a fresh measure of gear roll is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool behind you. Let's get a look at you. Okay, I love her. Sorry, that was a lot. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. You were pretty fast on that second glass, she smiles, picking a piece of glass from your forehead. Not fast enough. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skins for splinters. Watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. I just love the attention to detail of these sentences. That's all. I'm gonna keep yelling about it. I'm not sorry, but like, good. How good. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been on the eye long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple times. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you or anything, or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is... She leans in. Limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Ugh. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides the glass of Girola to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Nope, no idea. Or let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Girol. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. That's an interesting way of looking at it. But okay, now we have I guess a friend. Tala is someone who's nice to us, so that might be a good place to maybe if we need to get out of this container because we're being hunted. It might be good to have that as a backup because like not really great that we're getting hunted at all. So I think we can do a bar shift. Okay, Tala is as good as your word and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. So we can make money here. Sorry. Bar shift. And then I guess we could keep the good client. We could try for good clientele as a cycle. Next cycle. I'm still curious what this Ort exchange is. I can't do it because I don't have any dice or scrap items. But I don't want to spend money on Impus just yet either because I want to save that for energy. We have 31 cryo. We're not doing too terrible. We don't have any dice for any of this yet. So I'll leave that alone for now. I guess the only thing left is to just end the cycle. So I think we can get through at least 3 or 4 cycles a day or an episode. So I think we're on, this will be cycle 3, 4. I'm going to try to keep track of that. Maybe, possibly. We'll find out. Let's find out later. End cycle. Alright, we are being hunted, but we're not getting caught just yet. Oop. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Walk away. Or turn. I'm gonna turn. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. Puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Erlen? Who? You have thrown multiple things at me. Erlen, we? You pass together into the main walkway. Havenage, we are all one dysfunctional family. Feng puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Systems? Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but system keeps it spinning somehow. At least, we try to. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or 2 to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there is work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Alright, well, we have met another person. Feng seems totally chill and definitely not likely to get us in trouble. And I have a 2, so I'm gonna go looking around in here for stuff to use a 2 with, like this. iPad. Extract data. Oh yeah, oh. It says continue. Oh no, what did I do? I have fear. As you drift back, oh no. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you, tethers you in place. The taste. The voice makes you shiver, its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent, processing. Stay still? Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature, in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. Did we run into the security system? Hello, cursed doggo. It's labeled a hunter. I'm sure nothing bad about that is going to happen to us at all. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify, origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper, SNARP? Unknown, known. The figure's strange head rotates. Bracke's signature. And a knot of attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts the threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? My legal right to sentience? How do you answer that question? So there's 2 layers to that, right? Your right to sentience is one thing, right? You can say, I am a sentient person. I'm a person. I have the right to be here. But is it legal? What is legal? What is, it's just that's so dense. It's chewy. It's weighty. Can you confirm your right? No, I'm a person. I'm gonna say I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Okay, so if you notice, and I don't know if the game will actually say this, I forget when it does this on the tutorial, but if you notice right there next to the eye, when you're in this, when you click the eye closes, and underneath it says Hunter, and there's 6 little bars. That's the next time Hunter is gonna come and catch ya. So every time you do a little hack, it leads the Hunter to you. Definitely nothing bad can happen there, I don't think. Probably. I'm sure it's fine. Totally. Okay, we're leaving. I'm gonna save my good dice for other things. I'm not really sure. Ooh, we can go talk to Sabine. Okay. Talk to Sabine. Get my stabilizer because I'm fading. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implant, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. Have it. Sabine stands with the case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have any other choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which acts as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. The sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems somehow different, as if things have moved or shifted. I wonder how long have you been out? Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. Damn. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Alright, well, we are completely stable now, which is great. But it's gonna start costing. I believe it is now 100 cryo. What I really love about this game is that it really does, you know, the tagline, of course, is, you know, role play in the ruins of interplanetary capitalism or something to that effect. And I really love how this very accurately gets the tension of having to pay for your medical bills. You know, that medicine that you absolutely need to exist, and you somehow have to figure out how to get like $100, you know, 100 cryo. I am a disabled person. I am a childhood cancer survivor. I am not new to this concept, and it feels kind of interesting to have it so simply and beautifully and terribly put into dice roll mechanics like this. Like, it's very well done. It's very well balanced. It makes its point very poignantly. Like, damn. All right, we gotta find 100 cryo. Let's see how we can do that. I think we still need to help Dragos a little bit. Yeah, we can do one that's a danger for the engineer. It's 50% positive, 50% neutral. And I think I get a scrap item for it. No, but that's fine. 16 cryo. Okay. Dragos is nerve. Dragos seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Okay, so we're racing against time there with him. Oh, okay. Forensic trawl is the one I need to do. My bad. I did this wrong. This is a little bit of a gamble, but we're gonna do it. Neutral is fine. Okay. Oh man, and now it's like, okay, I have to save money to try and... but I need the energy. So... I'm gonna order a fungus. I need the energy. Plus energy, plus fungus fan. Okay, then we're gonna go to bed. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this episode. Thank you for hanging out with me. I sometimes I record these right after stream, and sometimes I end these the same way I would a stream. But I'm gonna end the cycle, and we'll probably have to redo this at the beginning of next episode. But thank you for hanging out with me. If you watch this on the premiere, or if you are just, you know, watching it all, I'm still treating this like it's a live stream. But that was the first. I think we could probably do 3 or 4 cycles an episode, so that's gonna be pretty good. We can make some good time with that. But yeah, till next time.